Everybody, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I'm going to show you a really cool label right now. I want you to take a look at this. Is that not the most sinister, cool label you've seen in a long time? Guys, this comes to be from my friend Timothy Bader. Tim Bader owns Volcanic Peppers. Reviewed a lot of his stuff in the past. He's a good guy, but he's good at what he does. Let me read this to you, okay? Well, let me read you this letter first, all right? Dear Johnny, I've sent this sauce to you looking for your feedback on social media. Wants to know what I think of this. We don't have an official name or a label, so this label is not the official label. Boy, I hope it is. Let's see, we don't have an official name or label for it yet, but it will be based on Jupiter's moon, which is Io, which has the most volcanic activity in our entire solar system. Io was a mortal that had the eye of Zeus. Thor is an active volcano, and Loki Patera is a huge volcanic depression that forms a lava lake. This sauce contains red and chocolate ghost peppers, 7-pot douglas, smoked reapers, moruga scorpions, and Thai peppers, making it right about 80% POP. So about 80% of this bottle is pure pepper. That's crazy. It also has a bit of garlic, vinegar, and lime juice, along with a touch of secret spices. The sauce has no extract in it or capsicum additives. All natural, super hot tasting, and coming soon. I hope you enjoy it, Tim. I have a friend who tasted this and said it was one of the hottest sauces he's ever eaten. The reason Tim added to this that there is no extract or capsicum additives is because this is a sauce that's hot enough that people might think that. So we're gonna do a quick review here and tell you what we think of it. Really like the label. You saw the label I showed to you, but right now it's called Thor versus Loki Io. Super hot sauce test batch #1. So it looks, boy, it looks a little on the thick side, and it probably is, and that's because it's 80% POP. Wow. It smells familiar. It smells like hot. Pick up a little bit of the garlic. I'm not picking up the vinegar at all. I'm not even really picking up the lime. I'm just picking up pure heat. Boy, it's got a really neat aroma. Very excited about this. So I'm going to taste this sauce, tell you what I think of it, and while the heat builds, we're going to chat a little bit. Okay. A big old tablespoon. All right, guys, from Tim Bader and Volcanic Peppers, this is Thor versus Loki Io, super hot sauce, test batch #1. Thank you, Tim Bader. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Wow. Picking up just pepper forward. Very strong pepper flavor. The garlic is there. I taste it. Maybe picking up a tiny bit of the citrus from the lime juice. But tastes great. Very, very, very pepper forward. I mean that for real. Super hot right off the bat. I'm going to let it build because this is going to build. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. You know, I'm going to New York in about not even 2 weeks. Pretty excited about that. Kind of can't wait for it. Hopefully I'll meet some of you guys out there. If you're in the New York area for the New York City Hot Sauce Expo, please come by. I'll be at the Sam and Oliver booth. I want you guys to come check me out. This is hot. It's still climbing. I'm hoping it's a smooth trip. You know what happens to me when I travel a lot? I don't know what the deal is, but I have problems in airports all the time. Never significant enough problems to ruin the trip or cause delays, but they're just issues all the time, you know? I'll tell you a funny one. You guys want to hear a funny one? This is a funny one. One day I'm going to the airport on a business trip, and this is before I started my channel. And at the airport, my look was the same. I had the goatee, didn't have it, the ponytail really so long, but been bald forever. So I get there, and this guy, I hand him my information. It's still climbing, the heat, by the way. I give him my the ticket and my license, and he looks at it, and he asks me if he could swab my hands. I said, sure, go ahead, swab my hands. So he took this, it looked like one of those long sticks that you light barbecues with the lighter at the end that you stick into a large barbecue. It looked like that. But he pushed the button, a little claw came out, and he put a cloth on it, and he wiped my hands with his cloth, both hands. And then he stuck it in this machine. And as he's doing this, he's telling me it's his first day on the job, and he was thanking me for being nice to him. So he puts this thing in here, and just a second later, I hear, I'm looking around, and he looks right at me and he goes, have you been handling bomb-making materials? And I said, why would you even say that? We're in an airport. Of course I haven't. What's wrong with you? He goes, you tested positive for that. And within a couple seconds, there were security guards all over the place, guns and everything. True story, I swear to you. Some friends of mine have heard me tell this story. So they said, have you fired a gun recently? I said, no, I have not fired a gun. He said, sometimes it's in hair products. I went, don't use hair products. He says, have you been playing golf? I said, what are you talking about? No, I haven't been playing golf. He said, you just tested positive for, I don't know if he said nitrates, I think. And I said to him, I thought that's in hot dogs. What are you talking about? He says, you tested positive. So the guards, the security, pulled me into this side room. Let me tell you the heat, because I think it's peaked. I bet you stop now. The heat on this, it's honest to God, this is about as hot as any sauce I've ever had. It ranks right up there with the hottest. But it's just got a great flavor. For me, this is like a 4. This is maybe a 4, maybe even a 5 for me. For a non-chili head, this is a 9, maybe even a 10. You wouldn't like this. If you're a non-chili head, you eat this, you wouldn't like it. But if you're a chili head, man, oh man, will you like it. It's got great pepper flavor. The garlic is there. Not sure what secret spices he uses, but God, keep using them. This is a great sauce. I like the flavor. Talk more about it in a minute, but I want to finish this story real quick. I don't want to leave you hanging. So they pulled me into this side room, off to the side, real close. And I went in there, shut the door. A bunch of security. I'm telling you a true story now. A bunch of security guards are there, and he says, so he takes my, first thing he does, he goes, please get up against the wall. I'm like, I was joking. I said, shouldn't you buy me a drink first? He didn't think it was funny. Crickets, nobody was laughing. There's like 3 of them in the room with me. And he frisked me. He asked me to, I'm telling you the true story, he asked me to drop my shorts. So I dropped my shorts, and he frisked me, and I'm like, I have nothing, man. Nothing. I have nothing. So then he takes my suitcase, and he took my case and emptied the whole thing out. He dumped it on this table and looked through everything. Every nook and cranny, every side pocket, everywhere. Checked the pockets of the pants that were in my suitcase, and there's nothing. So when it was done, he said, okay, he goes, you're going to be cleared. He goes, would you like your stuff back in their suitcase? I said, yeah, you can put it back in. You took it out, you can put it back in. I stood there. I was kind of irritated by now, About 5 or 10 minutes go by, and finally everything's packed back in. And I packed it better. He didn't do a good job. So I grab my case, and I walk out the door, and every single face on all the lines is staring right at me as I walk out the door like I'm some sort of a criminal. So I said, it's okay, I've been cleared, look away, nothing to fear here. So I made my trip, I got on the trip and I made it, but that's the sort of crazy stuff. I can tell you a half a dozen weird stories like that. Maybe I'll do an airplane crazy story series, because there are so many of them. But that's a true story. And I fortunately made my flight. It was that close. I was like the last guy on, and the doors shut, and I got to my seat and we took off. But I came that close to missing it. And I have never missed a flight in America. I missed a few flights abroad, but never in America have I missed a flight. Super hot sauce, man. The sauce is no joke, and one thing that's good about it is when sometimes one of the problems that comes along with a super hot pod or a super hot sauce, super hot pods tend to have some bitterness to it. Not a fan of bitterness. If it comes on a pod, I deal with it because it's a pod. But if you have a sauce, I don't want to have bitterness in a sauce. There isn't really any bitterness in this. It's piping hot. It's probably peaked at about a 5 for me. But you guys have watched the show. I don't give 5s too often. This is a 10 for a chili, for a non-chili head. But amazing flavor. It really does have good flavor. I can't, you know, Tim, if you make test batch 2, send me a bottle. I'll give you a review of it. But test batch 1, Johnny Scoville approved. There's no doubt about that. And again, a really, really cool label. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening to my airplane story. Hope you found it entertaining. I have crazier ones too that are more bizarre than that one. I'll share a few more. Maybe I'll do that leading up to New York. I'll share a few more of those crazy airplane stories I have, because I always have crazy ones. Tim Bader from Volcanic Peppers, thank you for sending me test batch 1, Thor versus Loki IO. And you know, it's really funny, if you see it, there's Thor's hammer. I don't know if you guys caught that when I showed you the label, Thor's hammer, and this is IO. Kind of exciting. But anyway, thank you for sending this to me. It's super hot. Guys, I hope you guys watching that are Scoville Squad members or you're watching for the first time. I sure hope he creates this. If you're a chili head, first of all, this is a chili head sauce. This is a chili head sauce. So if you're not used to hot, like really hot, this would be a bottle of problem for you. But I like it, man. It's great. So hopefully we'll see Tim bring this to fruition and you guys can get your hands on a bottle, because I'll tell you something. My mouth is burning. I didn't tell you what the burn was. It's all in my mouth, not in my throat at all. All in my mouth, my tongue, the roof of my mouth. I've got a pepper burp from a little bit of this sauce. This is a strong sauce, man. It's hot. So thank you, Tim. You're on to something here. I hope you stick with the label, though, because that label's bad, man. That is a cool, cool label. I dig it. Thor and Loki IO duking it out. Here's Loki IO, obviously, with a spear, and this is Thor. Pretty cool stuff. Thank you guys for watching. It means the world to me. Right there is the Chasetheheat floating pepper. Click on it. Become a part of this. You don't have to. If you watch this, I'm just happy you watch it. But you know what? You know what motivates me to make these videos? You guys subscribe and jump on board and become part of my crew, the Scoville Squad. I love that, you guys. So click on that pepper if you want to become part of the Scoville Squad, and you are doing this with me. If you don't want to miss a video, click on the bell when you click on that pepper, and you know what? We'll notify you when you have new ones. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.